Exhausted from sandwich generation stress, and your go-to coping mechanisms is actually making it worse? Welcome to the Mindful Midlife Mom, helping mentally exhausted moms carrying the weight of raising kids and aging parents find calm in the chaos and reclaim themselves while caring for everyone else. I'm your host, Valerie, a mom of two, living part-time with my mom as we take care of my aging father. I'm also a mindfulness enthusiast navigating the crazy life changes of midlife. In today's episode, you'll discover why you feel so exhausted from sandwich generation stress and why your go-to passive coping mechanisms, like endlessly scrolling or binge watching on the couch, aren't actually working. You'll learn the science behind how physical stress can actually relieve mental stress and boost your energy levels. And you'll practice energizing mantras with bursts of movements to fight stress at the cellular level, even if you hate exercise. Because in this phase of life, movement is your mental medicine, not fitness. Let's dive in. The exhaustion you're feeling from sandwich generation stress, which is raising your kids and also taking care of your aging parents, isn't just regular tiredness, it's bone-deep fatigue that comes from carrying the emotional and logistical weight of everyone else's needs while trying to manage your own life. You're not just tired from busy days, you're exhausted from the constant mental load of coordinating your parents' care while making sure your kids have what they need. You're drained from making difficult decisions about your aging parents' safety while supporting your teenager through their own challenges. You're depleted from being the family coordinator, the one everyone calls when decisions need to be made. When you finally have a moment to yourself, what do? You probably reach for your phone and start scrolling. I know I'm one to do that too. Or maybe you'll collapse on the couch, thinking the rest will restore you. Or maybe you avoid anything that requires energy because you feel like you have nothing left to give. The thing is, these passive coping mechanisms aren't actually helping. When you stroll or just collapse, you're not giving your nervous system what it needs to reset. Instead of those stress chemicals like cortisol, adrenaline, all those fight or flight hormones just keep circulating in your body, keeping you in the state of chronic stress activation that feels like exhaustion. This isn't laziness. This isn't weakness. This is your nervous system overloaded and crying out for a different kind of relief. The stress from sandwich generation living is literally weighing you down, draining your energy reserves, and trapping you in a cycle where you feel too tired to do anything that might actually help. You might think, I'm too exhausted to even think about working out, going for a walk, or exercise. I don't have any energy for anything else. But what if I told you that this kind of thinking was the solution backwards? This concept of adding more stress to your body to help fight stress sounds counterintuitive, right? But it was exactly what I did during one of the most hardest moments of entering into the sandwich generation. Helping my aging parents transition from living at home to selling the family home and moving my dad into assisted living. Oh, and let me also mention that it was the start of my daughter's senior year in high school. Talk about living in the thick of it. I would fly to my parents' city every 2 weeks and felt beyond exhausted. But I knew I couldn't run on an empty tank with so many decisions I had to make and trying to keep up my spirits for all of those around me. I knew I needed an outlet. But with no access to a gym or exercise equipment, which are my usual go-tos, I had to do the one thing I hated the most: running. I hated running. I've never been a runner, never enjoyed it, never wanted to do it. But I had no choice. So every morning before anyone would wake up, I would put on my workout clothes and I put in my AirPods, put on inspiring and motivating music, and I made the choice because I so desperately needed an outlet to run around the neighborhood. And mind you, my parents' neighborhood is a lot of hills. So on top of running, It was a lot of exertion, but it was exactly what I needed. The discovery I made changed everything. Movement was the only thing that actually helped me process the acute stress I was carrying. Not scrolling, not drinking wine, not even resting. It was movement. So here's the science behind why this works and why it might be exactly what you need too. Our stress response system, the fight or flight activation you feel when you're overwhelmed, was designed for physical action. When our ancestors faced a threat, they either fought or ran away. Their bodies released stress hormones to fuel that physical response. And then those hormones got metabolized through movement. But in modern midlife, we get all the stress activation without physical release. Your body floods with cortisol when you're dealing with your parents' health crisis, but then you sit down in waiting rooms or when you're making phone calls at your kitchen table. You get the adrenaline surge when your teenager has a meltdown while you're trying to coordinate care for your parent, but then you just stand there trying to manage both situations mentally at the same time. When we don't move our stress activations, those hormones stay elevated in our system. They keep circulating, keep us in the state of chronic stress that feels like bone-deep exhaustion. Counter this feeling with physical exertion like walking, exercising, and running. These types of heart rate-inducing movements tells your brain that the threat has been addressed. Exercise metabolizes those stress hormones and releases endorphins, your body's natural mood elevators, also known as the happy hormones. Movement activates your prefrontal cortex, which helps regulate your stress response and gives you back a sense of control. Well, I know what you may be thinking or saying to yourself, but I don't like to work out or even have the time to go for a walk or a run. Well, what if I told you you don't even need a whole lot of time or need to go out of your way to help reclaim some energy back? Here are some what I would like to call small burst movements. These are like micro exercises that can help release that stress. For example, doing 10 squats in place, doing 10 high knees, a set of jumping jacks, or 1-minute mountain climbers. These short bursts of intense movement can shift your nervous system faster than long, steady exercise. They can provide maximum stress hormone clearance in minimum time and trigger immediate endorphin release. You can do them anywhere, anytime you need to reset. You don't have to love movement and you don't have to become a fitness person. You can hate it initially and still benefit from it. This isn't about getting in shape. It's about using movement as medicine for your overwhelmed nervous system. Now, let's reclaim your energy by putting this into practice. You have two options. You can choose those micro burst exercises like the squats, the high knees, jumping jacks, lunges, or mountain climbers, or you can head out for a brisk walk. The goal is to activate your stress processing system and feel your energy shift. We're going to start with energizing mantras as a warm-up to help you get mentally ready for some movement. Find a space where you can move comfortably. If you're choosing those micro burst exercises, make sure you have enough room around you. If you're already on a walk or on a treadmill, get ready to pick up your speed to a brisk and faster pace. So let's begin. Take a deep breath in and let out all the air through your mouth like you're blowing out a candle. One more time in. And let all the air out. Gently tilt your head from the left and now the right, giving it a nice stretch. Roll your shoulders back and down in the opposite way, front, now back. Loosening the grip of stress around your neck and shoulders. I'll recite the mantras and pause in between to let the words settle into your mind and body. I am moving stress out of my body. My body is stronger than this stress. I choose action over exhaustion. This temporary challenge creates lasting energy. I am reclaiming my energy and power. You have more control over your energy than you realize. Now, let's put these mantras into action with movement. Whether you're doing those burst micro exercises or starting your brisk walk, begin moving at a pace that feels challenging but sustainable. You should feel your heart rate rise and increase. So let's begin. As you move, let's repeat these mantras again. This time, say it out loud to yourself. I am moving stress out of my body. My body is stronger than this stress. I choose action over exhaustion. I am moving stress out of my body. Feel the intention behind these words. You're not just moving, you're actively clearing stress out of your system. My body is stronger than this stress. I choose action over exhaustion. This temporary challenge creates lasting energy. I am reclaiming my energy and power. As you start to wrap up your movement, notice the shift that's happening. Your energy isn't depleted, it's different. More alive, more activated, more available. And one last time, take a deep breath in and out. And place your hand over your heart to help seal this moment with self-love and care. What you just experienced is the difference between managing stress and metabolizing stress. Instead of just coping with exhaustion from sandwich generation pressures, you actively processed it through your system. You discovered that exhaustion you've been feeling isn't just tiredness, it's trapped stress hormones that need to be moved throughout your body. Those passive coping mechanisms you've been relying on, the scrolling, the collapsing, the avoiding, they keep those stress chemicals circulating instead of clearing them out. So the next time you feel like you're going to reach for your phone or to binge watch another TV series, ask yourself, do I need to rest or do I need to move? Listen, you don't have to love it. You can start out small, maybe hate it initially and still benefit. This isn't about becoming athletic. It's about using movement as medicine for an overwhelmed nervous system. But here is my hope for you. If you stick with this practice for just 21 days, you'll learn how to instantly regain your energy at any time, anywhere. And hopefully those endorphins you feel after a quick movement session, they may become your motivation to keep going. If I could go from despising running to running 5 to 8 miles a week and finding it cathartic and helpful, you can find your own pace and rhythm in the midst of midlife chaos too. You have more power over your exhaustion than you realized. Movement isn't just another thing to do on your to-do list. It's a tool for actively reclaiming the energy that stress has been stealing from you. If you know another sandwich generation mom who's feeling exhausted and stuck in passive coping patterns, text this episode to her. Sometimes we need to hear that there's an active way to fight exhaustion instead of just enduring it. You don't have to stay trapped in this tiredness cycle. You have the power to move stress through your system and reclaim your energy. Thank you for spending this time and space with me. And more importantly, thank you for showing up for yourself, because every moment you dedicate to being mindful is a step towards a more fulfilled and vibrant life. Keep embracing your midlife journey with an open heart, and remember, you're not alone in this. I look forward to our next mindful gathering. I'll talk to you soon.